Happy Sunday, everyone. Meteorologist Davis Wells here. We are tracking a lot of wind, we're tracking rain, even a big cool down as we head into the rest of this week. For today, though, mostly going to be that windy and wet story as we are dealing with that low pressure and that cold front that is going to be moving on through. Monday looking much more calm. We got more sunshine, but it's going to be cooler as well. In fact, you're going to see that especially later on this week as we're still dealing with a bit of a cold front that will bring us the chance even for a few isolated showers. Temperatures for the morning right now we're in the middle 60s, and this is about as warm as it's going to get because as we go throughout the rest of the day, temperatures are going to actually be falling as that cold front continues to move off to the east. Now, we do have a wind advisory in effect for areas along 75 and points off to the east. So if you're in Lucas, Wood, Hancock, or off towards Cleveland, you're under a wind advisory until noon today. But I do want to highlight at least, even though this advisory is in effect until noon, I think we're still going to have some of those stronger winds, and that doesn't include or is exclusive to just these counties. I really think most of Northwest Ohio has a chance at least seeing winds 40, maybe even 50 miles an hour. So keep that in mind. Radar right now for this morning, well, we've got the first wave still pushing on through, even some heavier pockets. This is going to continue to move off to the east, and you can kind of see we'll have a brief break here right around lunchtime, but as this continues to track off to the east, we've got this second wave back here, and that's where we're going to see those elevated wind gusts even up to 50 miles an hour. Let's take things hour by hour. What can we expect for our Sunday? So here we go. Here's still the first wave, just a little bit of a heavier round on the back side of that first round. Dry slot by about lunchtime, give or take, and then we'll continue to see this fill in, especially as this low pressure moves off to the east, closer towards Cleveland, but we're still holding on to some of those lighter rain showers. And this is for later on tonight. Keep in mind the time right above my head here, 10 p.m. So we're still dealing with some of that rain after sunset. But by the time we head into our Monday, well, we're going to start to see that sunshine and those clear skies overhead. But you're going to notice temperatures are much cooler compared to what they were just yesterday after we broke a record high here in Toledo. Now, even into Monday night, still looking relatively quiet as well. But again, for today, big story is going to be those wind gusts as we look into the future hour by hour. By about dinner time, that's when we're starting to see wind gusts up to 30, maybe even 40 miles an hour. And that's going to be as the last bit of that cold front is continuing to move off to the east. Once that system finally gets out of our area and further over towards Cleveland, that's when we'll notice those wind gusts starting to come down and be a little bit more relaxed, at least over the next couple of days, then maybe turning more breezy by Tuesday. Here's the next 4 days for you. Again, high of 65. That's going to be here in the morning. As we go throughout the rest of the day, temperatures will be falling. Very windy conditions, gusts up to 50 miles an hour, and still dealing with those showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder, but nothing severe, thankfully. Monday and Tuesday, looking at highs only into the low 60s, maybe some isolated showers by Tuesday, even maybe a chance for an isolated shower on Wednesday, especially in the morning. But look at that daytime high, 53 degrees, and that is about the best we are going to do for Wednesday. Still staying quite chilly, especially for this week, kind of settling in that fall-like feel. Let's take a look at the extended forecast. Again, holding on to those chances for showers both Tuesday and Wednesday. Heading into next weekend, well, I think we're going to be starting off with some areas of frost, morning lows down into the middle 30s, and it's going to feel quite chilly out there. We'll start to see some improvement, though, as we head in towards this coming or the following weekend. But I think our next big chance for rain right now does look to be by next, or the following Tuesday rather, as we have another plume of moisture, and that could bring several chances for showers, maybe even some storms as well. But temperatures at least not looking overly likely to produce any sort of severe thunderstorms, but I think we do have a good chance of at least rain showers for us by Tuesday the following week to get us closer towards the end of October. That's a look at your extended forecast. Have a great rest of your day.